Morning. Let's get this tractor wrapped up and out of here and talk about what we spent this year for this tractor. I've been thinking we're gonna make a video at the end of winter when maintenance is pretty much done for the season and see how much we spent. Let's get this buttoned up. We have the fan running, so we'll check that in a few hours and see if it's heating up. We're gonna run it for like a long time today, which is why we have the battery charger on it. Looks like it's done, so we're gonna start it again here, boss. Nice, give it a juice. We talked to the dealer, got a bit more information about the whole fan situation, and another thing we need to do is get rid of our harvest mounts and put our seating mounts on, so we'll get those switched over right away. This is our screen for our grain cart. It is about the cheapest thing you could buy on Amazon, and it's terrible, but it works well, but we need to change it now. And this is the scale for the grain cart. It's just a tablet that hooks up with Bluetooth. We really are wrapping things up though. We've got the shields on. It's starting to look good. I'm excited about it. Unfortunately, I was not able to find the box for the seeder. I think we changed it over for harvest at my place, so it's probably at my shop. I'll bring it tomorrow if we don't get things wrapped up today. Now, the fan. We've had it running 5 hours now. It's been running all day pretty much. And the things are getting warm. We had the cover on it, but the relays are still 60 degrees, which, yeah, it's pretty warm, but they can get a lot higher before they start melting. So I don't think there's an issue on this tractor anymore. But the thing is, I talked to service, and they tell you that that's a common problem on the A and B model tractors, is that they had a 30 amp fuse on the blower motor in a fuse panel with a bunch of other stuff. And it was pulling almost 30 amps right off the rip, so they would get hot after a long time of use and they would melt the fuse panel instead of popping the fuse. So in the C models, they went to a standalone 40 amp fuse all by itself, so if anything does happen, you don't have to change the whole fuse panel, and it's on a 40 amp fuse, so it's better suited to handle the current. So we determined there's no problem here. If the options would be leave it as it is, which I think we're gonna do, or we can cut the wires going in the harness and put it all standalone externally, but we're not gonna do that. I think it should be good for a while from the sounds of it. It was a pretty common problem with these. Okay. Temperatures have actually come down significantly too since I took that cover off because it was holding in heat. So we're gonna run it without the main cover permanently, and if we think it's getting a bit too hot, we'll keep an eye on it and we can pull that cover off and help it cool down more. So we're gonna put the cover on here now. It's all cleaned out well. We've inspected it good. Call that done. Now, as far as brakes, that's another one of the bigger things on our list. We've also got a game plan for that. I wanted to buy the stuff to do it myself, but the kit's like a good one, like $2,000, and I'm not sure if all accumulators have the same hookup. I would think they don't. So if I'm gonna spend the money, I wanna make sure I can do them all. But for this tractor and mine and my brother's 855, they both have low accumulator pressures. They both kicked on in the fall. So the thought here is we'll have our tractor, we'll bring it down here for seating time because it'll need to start here anyways, and then we'll get a tech out and they'll just top up both the accumulators in the same yard, split service travel fee. I think it makes the most sense for what we're doing. I could take them off and bring them in, but that's a lot of labor and you're not saving a whole lot for a lot of extra time. So that's where that is. Gonna do a quick clean on the cab here. This thing's got a massive hose on it, so someone here made a nice little adapter. Slide that on. Works good for the little tip there. Someone will do a full clean on it before seating, but this will just be a good start. So I took the shields off for the hydraulic hitch and was cleaning it out, and then I figured, man, there's a lot of stuff jammed up in there. We should probably take the side shields off on this side because I know there's a lot of solenoids and wiring and a lot of things that could potentially get screwed up by a sunflower stock, and I just wanted to see what was going on in here and we're gonna clean it out. I like cleaning stuff out, then it doesn't hold moisture and stops rust and all the rest. I think it turned out pretty well. I got a decent amount of stuff out there, but it's all pretty clean in here now. It's amazing how full it was. Everything's unpacked and it's just good. Clean it all out, man. That's a lot of stuff rubbing against each other. And you got lines in here, you don't want issues. A little bit left. It got away from me. You're mine now, brother. That and that is the pile of stuff we got out from the underbelly, and I know there's a lot more in there, but I did a pretty good job. Tractor is now done. We have 3 things on the list for it for spring, just so that, you know, it's organized and we know what we have to do before we hit the fields. Now let's talk numbers. We are done with our lists here. Picked up all our parts, priced out some tracks, and here is our list of stuff that we done on the 865B. Let's put some numbers to it. We are trying to break this down for you, and I think we've got it laid out well. We've got every job. I know the labor, like the time, and what each job cost. I've got most of them written down here because that's a ton of numbers to throw up, but let's fill in the big ones. So right off the hop, one of the bigger, more expensive jobs was going to be the tracks. We already paid for them, but that's going on this repair bill. And to do the tracks, including labor, it was $10,720. Included with doing the tracks though, the bogies were really shot. We took them all in. 15 out of 16 got relaminated. 1 was shot, we had to buy a new one. Changing bogies over, sending them to, and picking them up, all of that. Bogies for that tractor cost us $10,890. So that adds up really quick. We have another one. Just our service, oil filters, oil, changing that over, we're looking at $690. And that's because we are changing our hydraulic oil interval times to longer. They're always longer than what we've been doing. And I'm thinking, hey, that's got to be a good number for them. They're the manufacturer. Let's stretch out our changes a bit more. Hydraulic oil filters are expensive. So every 2 years or 600 to 800 hours. We're still dialing it in. So that takes care of a bunch. And then I knew we needed to do injectors. I thought there was 1, maybe 2 that were bad. I didn't know we sent them all in and they were all bad. So to do the injector job and with new injectors and getting our old ones tested, that whole thing came out to $8,320. So that's all our numbers now for everything it costs us to do the tractor. That's what we spent money on for parts and labor. All in total maintenance cost to get this tractor ready for the upcoming season is $34,150. That's labor and all the jobs we've done and parts. And if anyone wants to guess how many hours I spent on it, put them in the comments below. But total man hours on this job, 113 hours. So now you can tell me after looking at the list, I know they're all crossed off, which makes me feel good because they're done, but did I spend way too long on it? Did we spend too much money, or are we in a good spot? I think our price per acre for what this tractor does, this was a pretty heavy year with all the track repairs and the injectors, honestly. I think for what we got done, that's pretty good. Anyways, I hope you guys liked seeing the tractor. I showed you most of the work we did, not all of it, but some of it's kind of, you don't want to see it. It's not fun. I kind of left it out, forgot about it just as I was cleaning things up, but if anyone's interested, labor on the job itself was $33.90. That's how much money of that total went to labor. So Now we need to pull this tractor out of here, clean up the shop. We'll be getting on to the next thing. Time for the test drive. We gotta see what the tracks are gonna do. Take a look at our pressures. Make sure everything is good. We will have to align these tracks in the spring though. That's something that's still gotta be on my list. Track pressures are holding solid. They're looking all good. We'll get out at the road here and see if we see anything interesting. So far, everything seems pretty good. I thought I was smelling something. I think I am, but it might be just some stuff burning off the manifold from the work I did. Because it's the first time we've run it, so yeah. We're gonna head back to the yard now. And there we go. We will see you when the snow melts, because golly, there's a lot of it. There's an air seeder under there. And that's what you're going to be hooking up to. 60-foot Concord. We got a few things left to do on you yet before we're done. I appreciate you guys hanging out watching the series. We'll see you on the next one.